So what's up, y'all? I'm back with another video. Before I get this video started, I just want to say a couple of things for each and every follower. And I don't have that many, but you guys got to understand, I started from the very bottom, 17 subscribers when I started, and now I'm at least 506, I think, when I checked last time I checked before I made this video. And I just want to say that I am grateful for every 506 of you guys. I want to get this thing to 1,000 followers. I know it's such a small milestone and I'm starting from the bottom, but I appreciate everybody who watch, who listen, who give me a chance. I know my shit is like at the bottom. I'm doing my shit off my phone, but you know, eventually I plan to upgrade, and I hope you guys be there for the upgrade. I hope you guys stick with me and, you know, continue to watch my videos. I thank and appreciate you guys for the likes and everything you guys comment, even the negative comments. I appreciate everything you guys have contributed to this channel. Very much appreciated. So today, we getting into some Stokes tea. This is some shit that I really have some interest in, because I was a very big B2K fan when I was younger. Like, I remember winning their Pandemonium special edition CD off the radio, which had a DVD in the back of it, kind of like behind the scenes footage. And I used to watch that shit all the time. My favorite Lil Fizz member was Lil Fizz. I remember when the album dropped, they had the CDs with the different with, like, every CD had a different guy on there. Every CD had Omarion or Fizz or J Boog or the Raz B. And I remember specifically asking to get the Lil Fizz one, because Lil Fizz was my guy. Like, Lil Fizz was my favorite one. I don't know why. And I don't even like light-skinned niggas no more. You know what I'm saying? But he was my one. Now, don't get me wrong. I thought all the members were very handsome, very exceptionally good looking. But, you know, I used to flutter, though, because sometimes I used to be looking at that J Boog like, you know. But Lil Fizz, for the most part, was my one. So as y'all can see, I never got to see them in concert. I saw Marcus Houston, you guys. I saw Marcus Houston. And I'm going to talk about that too. But I didn't get to see B2K in concert. I wish I had got to. And trust and believe, my grown ass was planning to be at that Millennium Tour. The new Millennium Tour, yes, I was on top of it. I was planning the second time go round. So I wasn't even going to get to see B2K, y'all, just on Marion. But I was definitely trying to go. So the point of this video today is I just want to touch on every lie, every weird encounter, rumor that was brought on this whole team, the whole T.U.G, the whole Stokes camp, everybody involved. I want to show every lie. I want to tell y'all every rumor. I want y'all to put things together on y'all own, because, you know, I feel like if over 2 people, motherfuckers, is saying the same type of shit about you, some of this shit is true. You feel me? And I just want y'all to, you know, take this journey with me and put together everything on y'all own and make y'all own decision on how y'all feel. And I want y'all to comment and tell me exactly how y'all feel. I also want to give a shout out to a YouTube channel that I watch that provided me with information that I had no idea about the whole Stokes, Marcus Houston B2K situation, and that's Sean Davy Way. I've been watching him for about a couple of months now, even before he was, I knew that he was even touching on the situation. And if you guys ever want to see whole like little documentaries about the whole Stokes thing, I suggest you guys go over to Sean Davy Way and get your life. So let's get into it. We're going to start off first with Quindon Tarver, because everybody that's ever accused him of something, I feel like Quindon was always like, I'm going to say my piece and then I'm going to go fade back into the back. He never was like trying to be clout chasing with it. Not saying that that's what Raz B do, because that's not what I think, but Quindon was always like, I'm gonna say this, I said this, and then I'm gonna go on back about my business. So I feel like he's the innocent one. Okay, so most for those of you out of the whole situation, do not know of Quindon Tarver, never seen him before in your life, I'm about to give you a brief little introduction so you can know what he do, how he look, how he sound. How I even know? Now let me just say this. I do not remember any of his music from the 90s. Where I know this little boy from is I happened to sing in school and on my own the Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio, and I remember him in this video. I remember him from the movie because he has such a beautiful voice, and I thought, like, it was just good. So let me show you guys. Brother and sister together will make it through. Yeah. Someday a spirit will take you and guide you there. I know you've been hurting, but I've been waiting to be there for you. Okay, so now y'all know who Quindon is. Quindon was signed to Chris Stokes' management. I think, don't quote me because I could be wrong, I think it was after this, like, audition for the movie, the Romeo and Juliet movie, that Quindon was introduced to Chris Stokes, and Chris Stokes approached him with wanting to make him a star. He has a beautiful voice, so I can see that. Quindon had a short-lived career with Chris Stokes, and soon after, I think the allegations against Chris Stokes first by Raz B came out around 2008, 2007. So when Raz B made those allegations, he also was talking to Quindon, got in touch with Quindon for Quindon to also elaborate on those accusations about, sexual abuse and molestation that was going on with Chris Stokes, or in Chris Stokes' vicinity in his camp. And I think Quindon talked about this prior, or maybe alluded to it, but he never came out and said it. So when this conversation was recorded by Raz B, which was recorded by Raz B's clout chasing brother, and yes, I said clout chasing because I'm going to touch on Ricky Romance very soon, but he recorded it and put those videos out to the public for the public to see without Raz B's knowledge. So Raz B was talking to Quindon, was talking about the sexual abuse with Chris Stokes, but he was never planning to put it out in the way that it came out. Ricky Romance, which is Raz B's brother, he decided to go on and put those clips out of Raz B and Quindon having this conversation, of Raz B saying that, he was molested. And Raz B, not Raz B, but Quindon was saying a whole bunch of shit against Chris Stokes, and I'm going to play you guys this video real fast before I come back with more commentary.
I laid there on the floor. Chris was on the bed. Marcus was right there next to me. Once he tried to penetrate me, and then I told him I was bleeding. I said, it hurts. Wow, what the fuck? It hurt, dude. It hurt. It hurt me. I'm a kid. So he was like telling me that it's okay. So I was like, okay, it's okay. He put his dick in my booty hole, bro. And fucked me, my nigga. With Chris laying on the bed, watching with the big ass polo, teddy bear, and the big ass pillows on the bed, fucking me and watching. That shit not cool, bro.
So in that clip, y'all, that y'all just seen, he accused Chris Stokes of being a facilitator and coach, if you will, of of Marcus Houston taking advantage of Quindon. And that's very unfortunate because he sounds disgusted with Marcus, disgusted with the whole situation. And from things that I read about Quindon, when he left the whole it wasn't T.U.G at the time, you guys. It was called the Get Hooked Up Management or Crew or Entertainment or whatever the hell. When he left that whole situation and went back to Texas, his hometown, he was really hurt. He thought that they were his second family, that they were his family. They looked out for him. And once he realized that if he wasn't making no money, Chris Stokes didn't give a fuck about him. And that's just how the game goes. It's very unfortunate, but that's just what happened. But Quindon has did several interviews, not several, very few, very limited, but he has did interviews in the past, and he has did an interview in Vibe, and I want to read certain things that I've written down that he has said. So he said, when he was 12 years old, him and his mother met Stokes, who was then in his 20s at the time. They wanted to sign Quindon. The producer told the family that someone lied about him in a legal case, stating he molested a boy. This is when they first met off rip. And him and his mother chose to believe him. And I can see that. Because, when people want to be being famous, when they want to be famous, his mama was a struggling single woman. She probably was thinking, like, this is a chance for us to make some money. So I'm going to trust this man with my son. And it's very unfortunate, but she should have been a little bit more on top of it. So Tarver was signed by Stokes and was sexually assaulted later down the line. Tarver claims that lots of money was lost and jealousy started to unfold with he and Stokes. He said, looking back, he was manipulated, cheated, and sabotaged by Stokes. He said that the damage to his career was just the beginning. I've had some things that haunted me for quite some time, Tarver says. He says, Chris is a very dirty and rotten guy. He also says, for a certain amount of years, I was molested. I wouldn't say exactly by Chris. So Chris wasn't the one who sexually assaulted him, but he was there and he saw it all. But he would organize it. He'd organize activities to be done as he sat and watched. He would make another member of immature, nasty ass Marcus Houston with that nasty, dirty ass, old man ass mustache, like come and do things. Tarver says Stokes made him take showers with the other boys. He says Stokes would ask him, who do you think of at night when you masturbate? That's some sick ass, nasty shit. He says Stokes made him and Marcus Houston kiss each other. Now, what the fuck kind of shit? You know what I'm saying, you guys? Like, that's fucked up. That's disgusting. Fucked up that boy career. Then on top of that, you was grooming this boy, making him what's the word I want to say? Dependent on you. You was isolating him from his mama. His mama wasn't nowhere to be found. And then when you notice that he couldn't make no money for your ass, you ditch him. And that's fucked up. That's very fucked up. Now Quindon expressed to a member that was a part of a group that Chris Stokes also managed, a girl group by the name of Girl. It had two of Janae Ayako's sisters, Miyago and Mila J. They were both in that group. But and Janae was in that group later down the line. So this is kind of interesting, but I'm not sure if it's the same Janae. So Quindon mentioned in the article that he told, expressed to a member of the group Girl by the name of Janae of things that happened to him and how he was feeling. And soon after, somehow she went back and told Chris. It got back to Chris. So she told somebody or told Chris. And that's when really everything started to happen, go down for Quindon. That's when Chris Stokes started blackballing him, going behind the scenes, telling people he really couldn't sing, telling people that he was forgetting his words to his songs, and that's when he was dropped, and he went back to Texas fucked up and left out the dry, and he was really hurt by that. And I could see a teenager going from being with people and sharing milestones and doing different things into just being cut off completely and nobody's talking to you. He talked about also in the article about like after being dropped and back in Texas, he was going through serious depression. He was thought about suicide. He was drinking a lot. He was taking drugs, and he would call the management office, T.U.G, and he would leave voicemails, and he would just ask like, why y'all do me like that? And nobody would ever respond. Um, Vibe asked Marcus Houston and Chris Stokes about the Quindon allegations, and I'm gonna read first about what Marcus nasty ass had to say. So when Marcus Houston was asked about allegations made by Quindon Tarver, he says, "That's nonsense. That's bullshit. Niggas try to use your name for fame. Anybody even buying or believing that, they're dummies. I'm a man. I don't mess with boys. It's just not going down like that. Sorry." Okay. Right. You mess with little girls though. So I wouldn't put it past you on fucking with little boys. And Marcus Houston and Chris Stokes has like a very weird relationship. Um I swear I'm gonna touch on that. Y'all gonna see. But they also asked Chris Stokes, and this is what Chris Stokes had to say. And then this was mean. What the fuck Chris Stokes had to say was very mean. So let me tell y'all. It says, Chris says nothing Quindon says was true. Stokes says, I handle business with him just like I do with all my artists, vocal business. No offense to Quindon, but he flopped. His songs came out, they didn't work. People did not like his video. They didn't like him. They didn't like how he performed. They really just didn't like him. He was heavy set and fat. He wasn't a success. Heavy set and fat. Heavy set and motherfucking fat. Bitch, you got a lot of nerve. Chris Stokes, first off, let me say this. When I was a little girl, now mind you, I'm talking young, like 12, 11, 13. I always felt like Chris Stokes was gay. I'm sorry to be like, pinpointing people. I'm not trying to offend nobody by saying like, I can point out a gay person because sometimes you never know. But I always had that feeling that Chris Stokes was a motherfucking tambourine player. I could see him in church playing the motherfucking tambourine. Ass shaking, everything jiggling. I could see that. So I could see Chris Stokes. He's gay, and I always felt it. And he has a wife, he has children, all that shit. But I always felt like he's gay, and I feel like it's real fucked up for him to sit up here and judge this boy and say he was heavy set and fat. Bitch, he looked like you. You was heavy set and fat. I'm gonna show y'all this picture of motherfucking Chris Stokes in the 90s. His name used to be Waterbug. They used to call him Waterbug because he looked like a fat ass water bug. But I'm pretty sure, just I don't know what the fuck. But it looked like Chris Stokes tried to make Quindon a mini him, and it just didn't fucking work. But that's mean. But I will say that when I looked like up Quindon and I looked at his songs and his videos, the videos weren't bad. They looked like immature videos, but it was the songs wasn't hot. Like whoever they was, he sounded like immature. Like immature could have made the songs that Quindon was making. And let's just be clear, I wasn't immature is before my time. B2K was my time. Immature is before my time. But I love music, so I'm into the culture. And immature wasn't selling like that. They wasn't big like that. They only had one clutch ass album, and that's the one with I Will Never Lie and Constantly. Other than that, all that shit for by immature was fucking trash. Okay. But he was making them sound the same. There wasn't no kind of clear distinction between one artist or the next. and it didn't work out for Quindon. That's very unfortunate. But I feel like they didn't even try to switch it up. They didn't even try to bring in new writers. They didn't even try. So they just tossed him to the side. And then with him already being fucked up emotionally from the shit that Marcus is inflicting on him, and that Chris is coaching and grooming and watching, they really was like, oh, this nigga unhappy and he ain't making us no money. We got to get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up. But that's the music business. That's how I go. And that's why so many people in the limelight that be fucked up. Because you got heartless people that's all about the money. And this ain't the only business that's like that. This just the only business that we see out in the open because of the media and the public eye and all that shit. So I want to show y'all this clip of Quindon video, or doing his, in the midst of actually being a singer, and y'all tell me what y'all think. You don't know how you twist my mind, how you tell me all these lies, baby. I don't care what you do to me, baby. So what y'all think? Because to me, he looked like a younger version, a teenage version of Chris Stokes' ass. And the nerve of Chris, the fucking audacity. But if you look up on Chris and you read the very few interviews, he is a very arrogant man, very arrogant, and a liar. He's a big liar. So I appreciate y'all watching this video. I'm going to do a whole series on this because this is something that, I feel like shit out there. I was a fan of them. And I just want to you share this story and go on this journey, because hopefully some justice, something can come from this. So I want y'all to like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for following the channel. Share the channel, and please leave your comments, good or bad. Leave your fucking comments. Yeah, let's get it.